Hello, this is Steve, Dichroic Glassman on YouTube. What this video is going to show here is I'm going to start talking about my glass system, my stained glass system called the Genesis system. It's pretty unique. This is a previous panel that I made. It's an abstract utilizing dichroic elements, bevels, dichroic stained glass, which is architectural stained dichroic glass. This is not fusible dichroic, it's stained glass dichroic. And this panel features some pretty electric colors, but you can't tell in this photograph, in this printing here. So I've taken a video of a current one that I just made. Just got it done today. And it's going to be really racy when you see all the textures. This is crocodile. There's flute in there. There's flute over there. This panel will look really impressive when I get it videoed, when it's clean and all the lines are black, and then I'll stand back from a distance and you'll be able to really grasp the clarity and the colors and the brilliance of the dichroic. Here's a dichroic triangle that I make. Make my own dichroic glass elements on my website, by the way, of dichroicglassman.com. What I really wanted to talk about, though, this panel measures 28.5 inches by 33 inches tall. It's pretty accurate, as you can see. My lines, the way they fit. And what I really want to advocate is the idea I have less than 20 hours in this window from start to finish. From putting a zinc edge on, now I have to, and that's soldering the back, which, by the way, there's a guy on YouTube that advocates do not solder the back as well as you would the front. What an absurd, obscene statement to make. How do you know which side will be the front and the back after you sold the panel? How will they hang it in a restaurant, perhaps, where it's seen on both sides? How do you know that? That's about one of the most obscene, absurd statements I've ever heard from anybody who pretends to be a teacher. Yeah, enough of that hoopla. All these edges tomorrow, well, actually when this video's done, will be ground off smooth. You'll not see any of these. So when the next video you see this panel done, this is all copper foil. When you see this panel done, it'll be clean, polished, blackened, and maybe framed by then. If not, you'll get an idea. The colors are really electric. They're really brilliant, vibrant when you get to see the black lines and the clarity in the clean window. But I have less than 24 hours in this window. And I say, and my lines are incredibly accurate. Technically, very accurate. I read I'm subscribed to a couple of Yahoo news groups, and I've been reading the frustrations of these people with using patterns and foil shears and cutting out as many as 3 different patterns for the same panel. Well, I've never used a pair of pattern shears in my life. And I've made over 1,500 windows. I've made, if I was going to add up the size, I've made probably around 500 front doors. Of course, this panel right here is the size of a front door panel, by the way. A front door panel is 24 by 36. This is 28 by 33. So I've made the equivalent of perhaps in the vicinity of 400 to 500 front doors. Although I have made over 100 front doors to have them thermal paned, wood doors. I supply the wood doors and everything. Well, enough of that. Anyway, I have a system called the Genesis system, and I've been using it for 15, 16 years. I developed it because I've never had a stained glass class. I've never had a lesson in my life. Whether it be fusing or stained glass, I've never had a lesson. I'm 87% colorblind. I cannot draw, but I can draft. Abstract is drafting. I can draw symmetry, sacred geometry, crop circle designs. I can do that by the millions. As far as drawing a hummingbird on a flower, making it look real, not in my range. My gifted son can do that. He's an artist. He got a scholarship for his art. Here's my pixie bob Toth. Hi, Toth. He's a polydactyl. See all his toes? Anyway, Just wanted to share that with some people. I have a system. You'll never need to use pattern shears ever again. You'll never need to scotch tape or glue or hold your pattern piece in your grinder, glued or attached to your glass ever for the rest of your life. It's called the Genesis system. I've developed it a long time ago. I even almost sold it to the Delphi glass. I met with the owner of Delphi, Dan Daniels, at that time. I don't know if Dan is still the owner. But anyway, if you're interested in the Genesis system, let me know. It gets me a high degree of accuracy. This is just an abstract. My windows are accurate for all kinds of different things. I like to throw this out there and see what kind of feedback I get. Are any of you stained glass people tired of patterns and getting them wet and soggy and who knows what else, and frustrated with your pieces not fitting? My system, your pattern cannot grow. It's impossible because it's all part of my system. It's impossible to have your window be any bigger than you intend it to be. Well, this is just one example. Next time you see this panel, it'll be clean. The edges will be ground, so you won't see these solder globs. It'll be polished, and the patina lines will be black. And you will be impressed. Hardy har har. Thanks for watching my videos as always. Bye-bye.